Hello and welcome to another What's Up with me, Slydal. Continuing our series of looking at mastery of the Tier 1 tanks. Today we've got the T1 Cunningham, the American Tier 1 light tank. Arguably one of the most popular Tier 1 tanks in the game. You see a lot of these about, often played by people who actually have been playing quite a long time and they're still enjoying the game at the lower tiers. It's not actually my favourite. I personally prefer either the Leak Tractor or the Renault FT, the French one, but as I was working through these Tier 1 tanks trying to get the mastery badges on them, I managed to do it on this map on Malinovka. Things to say about this tank: like most of the Tier 1s, it doesn't have much armour, it's fairly mobile and quite a small profile. What it really packs a punch with is that gun. It's got an auto cannon that basically can destroy a tank from full health to dead in about 3 or 4 seconds if you catch them unawares. When I'm playing on Malinovka, starting from this side, generally I always head off to a sort of bush spotting point. It's a very common one that is around about the F7 area. I'm not the only one that goes there. You tend to find a lot of people use this spot regularly, and unless I'm in a very slow moving tank, I tend to get to this spot from this side of the map and I just see what I can see. What you can see by looking at my map in the corner and this version of XVM, it shows the blue line, which is my visibility. It also shows a reddish coloured line, which is the effective range of this gun. It's a good gun, but it doesn't have a long range effectiveness, so you've got to really keep your shots quite close, which puts you into a vulnerable position if you attack people too closely and can't get out of there because you don't have much armour. So I normally roll up just behind these bushes. You will often see people who go right into the bushes and get themselves spotted, so I'm just sitting in here and I actually can't see this guy and he is inside my range of attack, so I just start unloading on him. I don't actually get the kill, but I did quite a lot of damage there, and I'm just rolling down the hill while I reload because it does take about 9 seconds to reload. 9 or 10, I think it's maybe 10, and I roll down just in case I got spotted there, and then I'll just drop back into this area. We're already winning 5-1 and I've had minimal input to this game at all, so I wasn't expecting this to become an ace tanker game, but I'm just going to sit here because I'm fairly confident some people, and there's one of them coming right down towards me. Now this is a tough one to put shells through the front of either an FT or any of its variants, either the Otsu or the NC31, which are basically copies of the same tank. Quite hard to go through the front of them. They've got decent frontal armour, and he knows he's being hit, but he's actually giving me a bit of his side there, but he's way behind this hill, so I can't quite see him, but I know he's there. And there's another tank now, another T1 coming down. He's a tank I certainly can't penetrate, so I can just go to town on him and unload it. Every time I reload, I'm just rolling back. You can see there's some shots coming back. I don't think they really know exactly where I am. They're just shooting into those bushes. And now I decide to see if I can get that Renault from the side. So I just come around the side here and finish him off. Unload a full clip on him, and that proves what I was talking about with this T1 gun. It's capable of taking down a tank really from either full health or very nearly full health to dead in 2 or 3 seconds if you can get those shells on target. There's now a Leak Tractor down here, but he's behind the hill, so I can't see him, and I know there's also that T1 there that was spotted earlier. We are winning 9-2. I've only got myself 1 kill, but this bush spot seems to be working out well for me. In higher tier games it's very, very effective. If you've got a gun that can shoot right across to the cap circle, you can cause damage to all of the base campers who just sit in the bushes from this spot. But if you've got a big tank, you do tend to get seen, so you've got to make sure that if you make your shots, then back out of there, otherwise you'll be finished off. Also, you'll tend to find in higher tier games, Arty will often sometimes blind fire at this position because they will assume there's going to be somebody in it. I do personally myself. If I'm playing an artillery on the other side of this map, I often, if I've got nothing better to shoot at, drop a shell just behind these bushes right where I'm sat now, and surprisingly I've had myself a good few kills from people who don't even think they've been seen. I've been accused of being a cheater before, simply by having the sense to shoot where they're probably going to be. Here's that Leak Tractor coming out, and there he goes. That's me finishing him off for my second kill. I think the reason I got the ace tanker out of this is not necessarily because of the damage done, it's because of the spotting and spotting damage that I'm doing. Spotting others, but also keeping them spotted while people on my team do all of the damage. So we're winning 10-2, the game's pretty much in the bag, but I'm still a little bit cautious here. It's 11-2 now. I mean, there's still 4 of them out there somewhere, and I don't really want to just YOLO forwards because my armour won't withstand 4 people shooting at me. I'd be gone in no time at all. And all of a sudden we spot people who've managed to go all the way up to the top where the windmill is and come around behind us. Now I don't think I've been seen because he's not shooting at me, so I'm going to start unloading on this guy. I do a little bit of damage, but not very much. And then I decide it's not time to hang around here anymore because he is going to know where those shots came from. I just drop down a little bit into the sort of hollow of the land while I reload, and then I'll go to work on him again and finish him off. So that's my third kill. Another leak tractor killed. And there's 3 tanks left. And now I decide to make my move. I decide it's probably not a good idea to sit in that bush any longer. I'm not likely to see anybody else heading my way, so I decide to push on. And then I actually do see somebody coming down the side. He's behind there, so I decide to stop so I'm not in full view of him and wait it out. Is he going to come my way or is he going to drop back? And I'm just going to wait and see if he comes out in this little valley at the other end of this mound of land here. So I'm prepared to sit and wait because I know he's there and he's got to come out one way or the other. Sometimes with lightly armoured tanks, it is about playing the waiting game. I'm still not an expert at using light tanks at all. In fact, it's probably my weakest area. But I am learning, particularly with French autoloaders, with the AMX 1375, and with things like the Type 64. What I'm learning is now that if I charge forward early in the game, you often get killed. So I tend to play most of my light tanks now. The way I've played this, in the early part of the game, I sit deep and I try and spot and snipe from safety, and as the game goes on, then I go looking for people I can finish off or hunt down. And I find it a far more successful strategy than trying to light up the whole team in the first 10 seconds and getting killed anyway. There's only one of them left, and now it's about actively hunting him down. Even if I bump straight into him, which as you'll see I do in a moment, it would be me against him. He could win, he could well kill me before I kill him. But I don't know. I'm prepared to take that chance and try and get another kill anyway. So I've just decided to go off towards the cap circle, and I'm heading there thinking I'll get a bit of experience by capping a little bit, and then I spot him off to my right. He's just behind this mound of the hill. I turn on the automatic targeting because I'm planning on basically flying up to him as fast as I can and unloading. That's it. That shows how good this gun can be. I'm straight in there. He's dead within 2 or 3 seconds. That was my mastery badge, as you can see there. A few other awards as well. I managed to kill 5 tanks, a couple of leak tractors, a couple of T1s, and the Renault FT. Pretty pleased with that progress. I was a little bit surprised it was a mastery badge, but I came out doing 552 damage, which is not a lot by anyone's standards, but at this level it's quite a lot. I mean, it's a reasonable amount. It's 5 times my own number of hit points, so I was quite pleased with that. 822 experience. Of my 135 shots, 67 hit, which is about a 50% hit ratio. That's the price you pay when you use autoloaders. It does affect your accuracy a lot because a lot of shots do miss. 15,000 credits made. Another video will be coming your way pretty soon. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, subscribe. Thank you very much. Goodbye.